So God gave me a word about worshiping the one true and living God, right? And the spiritual covering. And so there's another side to that, right? I can speak from personal experience, and I know that others can relate. I have waited on God in many of situations. And the last one, to be honest, that I'm going to speak on, because it did strike a nerve. I was waiting on God, specifically when I did the 40-day fast, right? And I was waiting on God. I'm waiting on God. I'm waiting on God. And God told me, he said, they're going to mock you and say, she waited on her God. Where is he? Right? She waited on her God. Where is he? Right? She waited on her God. Where is he? God will not let his children be ashamed. He will not let his children be mocked. He will not be mocked. God will not be mocked. Today, the Lord God gave me revelation surrounding that 40-day fast. Even more revelation surrounding that 40-day fast. But hear me. This is something else he shared with me. The thing, or what may seem to be delay, is literally God confusing the enemy. Okay? Because again, while these people are mocking, they think that the enemy has won. This is confusion. Okay? This is confusion. Right? And we know that God is not the, say, author of confusion. However, he will use it for his glory. Right? So the Lord God will literally confuse the enemy. Okay? And that could be what looks like your delay. It's him exposing even then who the enemy is. Because if you are dealing with someone who judges righteously, someone who knows the Lord God, they know that there's this thing called tarrying, right? Meaning which waiting on the Lord. When you are waiting on the Lord in prayer, in fasting, in consecration, this is tarrying. And if you understand relationship with God, we know that we tarry in the spirit. We know that we weave God into our daily lives. And even if, right, Kanye said this, he said, I'm waiting on God, and if he never show up, right, you have to be that committed, that devoted, to be willing to, even if God does not show up. You have to, and I've said it another way, right? Get rich or die trying, right? You have to be willing to, period, whether he comes or not. That's how devoted you have to be. And that's what confuses the enemy, okay? So while you're going through that process, that deliverance process even, you get to see who's the enemy. My God. And so I say this because if you are in your season of waiting, do not, I beg of you, do not turn your back on God because he has not come soon enough. Allow God's divine timing to be at play because he's revealing some things to you. One of those things being your enemies. The other being he's exposing even within yourself where there may be unbelief. Okay? He's even exposing where there may be insecurities, and I call those demons, but he's exposing that to you. Let time run its course. Do not turn your back on the Father. He will not allow you, he will not let you be shamed. In the end, he will vindicate you. I kid you not. Okay? Love you. Mwah.